Let's do it. Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. What I'm really trying to fight against is this old habit of mine, which is to create a little twist or a little counter that leads to me using my hip to angle into the turn.
Wow. That sounds familiar for so many folks. So
Yeah.
how did you come to that habit? Where did that stem from?
Let's see.
Was it an understanding thing? Were you copying somebody else?
It could have been an understanding thing, where, you know, we see the World Cup magazine cover, or we see these awesome images on social media, and you see our own River Radimus, and their hip is looks like it's on the ground. And so there's a misunderstanding from a lot of the public that we want to move the hip really far inside to create those big angles. But when that happens, it's not starting from the feet up. And we get a little twisted, a little too countered, and we get stuck on a high edge angle, and we can't move higher, we can't move off of it.
Slim's out. Self-arrest in those steeps. You know, Scott?
Yeah.
Your skiing is coming along. You know, when I saw you a couple years ago, you were getting kind of squatty. You got squished. You got squished, overflexed in the hips. Remember that?
Yeah.
And are you through that? Do you still battle with that? Where are you at with that?
No, we're always battling with the little flaws we have in our skiing.
Yeah.
That come from an old understanding or old movement pattern. And I think a lot of skiers also think, okay, I want to get low, I really want to get into it, athletic, but they go here, you know, trying to get their hands to the ground, and what happens is that we have just two really overly flexed legs. And I had to start understanding the way I want to get low. I have to step away from you for a second. Is that I'm actually getting low this way by shortening my inside leg.
Yeah.
And notice that both legs are not squatty. I have one,
That's
my uphill leg,
yeah.
it's very flexed.
So with Scott, as he was crossing over his skis, the outside leg was longer, inside leg was shorter. The issue was the positioning of his outside foot. Ideally, we want the heel piece of your binding to be behind your hips, like this, okay? Behind your hips, and then that inside leg shorter, you can drive that knee, that's where that Wilson video comes in. But that's where you get the power, not with the heel piece of your binding right under and aligned with your hips. Here's why. Imagine I'm gonna push a car out of a snowbank with my feet right under my hips. I'm not gonna push from this position here, no power. I get the foot behind my hips, and bang, I've got power. What do you think? What do you think, Milo? He just got his shots yesterday.
For me, it just takes a lot of trust to that my outside leg can go that far out away from me.
If you get a little too squished here, you're gonna fall back.
Okay.
And we want to keep up with that arc and powering the tips of those skis.
So it might require a little more commitment, forward movement.
Okay, hey Scott, stop! Hey Scott! Okay, here's what you're doing. You're starting your turn, you're going there.
Okay.
Okay? And I'd like, as you've started your edging from the feet, and then it's this move.
Got it. Okay.
It's this.
Okay.
It's not that.
Okay.
And your first move, you're tipping, then that next move is you're sinking here. And you're moving your center of mass away from your ski tips. If you're gonna power up, if you wanna bend a deeper arc, we gotta power up that ski tip. Bang.
Okay.
Drive. And then look at that length. Through that. You see the difference?
I see the difference. It almost is like you're about to sprint and you want to get like a running start, right? You're pushing against. I don't want to stand on a ski, but I want to move.
That is an absolute perfect analogy. That is it right there. That's different.
I hope I could put it into movement.
But you
We'll
discovered a new muscle.
Yeah. A little up move I felt, but I felt different. Felt different. It felt
and
powerful.
Did it?
It felt powerful.
Okay, Scott, let me say something. Okay, so don't give up all of that strength and length too early in the turn. Let it build into the apex.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You got it? That range of motion needs to match the radius of your turn.
Awesome.
Needs to match that belly in the apex. And just there, you had too much of that extension too early. You kind of gave it all away. So you couldn't build that power into the moment when you need it most. The moment you need it most with that strength and length is the apex belly, right? Why don't you layer with that a driving of the inside knee?
Right.
Because that inside knee bone is connected to the hip bone.
Okay.
They go together. We're not losing ankle flexion. Don't get me. That's right. There you go. Driving that knee. And when you drive that knee, see how that hip flexor opens?
There it goes.
That's what we want. Yeah, okay. Drive that knee. Let's see what happens. Oh. Yeah, baby. How are we doing with the hips?
Good. Trying not to get here.
Yeah.
I'm finding it constantly. Okay, driving this knee and that leg lengthen. Okay, right now I'm feeling pretty well on it. So
did you feel a subtle performance difference when you brought in that inside knee driving?
I did.
You did?
I did. Yeah.
Cool.
Probably a tightening of the turn shape.
Well, that's what it's all about.
The deepening of the turn
shape.
Right?
You know, that stacking and that power and driving through those tips and anybody can carve, right? But can you bend a deeper arc? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, very true. Anybody can use a side cut and stand on it.
That's right.
But what you do next is what separates the good skiers from the awesome skiers.
Scott, thank you.
Thank you.